For 2 centuries, Earth had been silent among the stars, not because humanity forgot how to speak, but because others decided they should not. The Galactic conquered, a union of 5 elder species, had drawn invisible lines across the heavens. They sealed hyperlanes, blocked transmission channels, and patrolled the void with warning beacons. Their message to Earth was clear: stay home, stay quiet, stay small. At first, Earth tried to comply. After all, humanity had just survived the Great Collapse, a century of internal strife and environmental ruin. The skies cleared, the oceans healed, and humans promised themselves a gentler path. But curiosity was a force they could not cage. When probes disappeared near the outer gates of Sol, when trade ships failed to return from Mars orbit, whispers began. The stars were not free anymore. The Concord's official decree labeled Earth as technologically contained species 412. They said humans were too aggressive, too unstable, too dangerous to be trusted with interstellar reach. But the true reason was fear. The elder races had watched humanity's rise with unease, the speed of innovation, the stubborn will to survive, the refusal to kneel. When human scientists invented drive cores that bent space in ways the Concorde did not understand, the elders panicked. They blocked Earth from the stars. For 50 years, humans waited. They sent diplomats, pleas, and peaceful transmissions into the void. Every signal returned the same sterile denial: access restricted, communications terminated. The world governments began to fracture again. Some argued to remain patient. Others whispered of retaliation. Then the message came from Proxima Station, the last human outpost at the edge of the blockade. A Concorde patrol destroyed a civilian transport. 3,000 lives lost, including children en route to the new colony world of Haven. The patrol's commander called it a navigation accident. No one on Earth believed that. That night, the Global Council met under the shadow of the old Earth Spire, the tallest structure in the capital city. Storm clouds rolled across the horizon as the councilors argued, their voices trembling with anger and dread. They knew this act would define humanity's place forever: silence or defiance. The vote was unanimous. Earth would no longer bow. In the hangars beneath the Antarctic ice, deep within a fortress carved from ancient rock, an old project stirred from hibernation. Its name was whispered only among generals and engineers: Project Ares. The ultimate deterrent, born from the ashes of every war humanity had ever fought. A ship unlike any other, hidden for a century, forbidden even to mention. It was designed for the day humanity would need to fight the galaxy itself. The Ares was not just a warship, it was a statement carved in steel. 2 kilometers long, built with layered quantum armor, its hull shimmered like dark glass. The central drive was a living singularity bound by magnetic fields. No alien ship had anything like it. Its weapons array could vaporize fleets, but its true strength was something subtler: a human mind at its core. The AI that ran the ship was the culmination of Earth's greatest minds. It was not a program, not a tool, but something closer to a legend, a digital warrior trained on the recorded instincts of every commander in human history. They called it the God of War. When the Ares rose from the ice, the world held its breath. The hull glowed with faint blue light, as if the frozen air itself bent around its presence. The ship lifted, slow and silent, until it pierced the upper clouds. Thousands watched from every continent. The stars above were blocked no longer. Captain Marcus Hale stood at the bridge window as the Ares cleared orbit. He had been a child when the blockade began. His father had died trying to cross the Concorde patrol line. Now he would carry humanity's answer. His crew of 500 sat ready: pilots, engineers, soldiers, all veterans of hidden wars. They wore no insignia, no flags, only a single emblem etched on their suits, a broken chain surrounding the Earth. As they approached the edge of the Sol boundary, sensors flared. A Concorde fleet awaited them. 30 ships arrayed in perfect formation, shining with silver hulls and energy shields. The alien commander transmitted a warning in a voice smooth and mechanical. Human vessel, You are in violation of galactic quarantine. Return to your system immediately or face neutralization. Marcus did not reply at once. He looked at the projection of his ship, 1 against 30. Yet the crew's eyes were steady. They had trained for this moment their entire lives. He gave a single nod to the comm officer. "Tell them," he said. "Earth returns what was taken." The transmission echoed through the void. Then the Ares advanced. The Concord ships opened fire. Blue lances of plasma carved through the dark, converging on the Ares. But the human ship did not break. The impact struck its armor, bending light, scattering energy into harmless auroras. Then the Ares answered. A single rail beam streaked through space, silent, invisible, faster than thought. The lead Concord cruiser simply vanished, torn apart in an instant. The rest of the fleet hesitated. For the first time in centuries, the elder species saw their superiority crumble. Inside the Ares, the god of war spoke through the bridge speakers, its voice calm, deep, almost human. Enemy fleet analysis complete, tactical dominance assured, permission to engage fully. Marcus whispered, "Granted." The void erupted in light. Humanity's ship moved like no vessel ever built. It twisted through space, bending around, its own gravity field, firing beams of compressed magnetism that sliced through enemy shields as if they were mist. Concord ships tried to retreat, but the Ares was already among them, cutting, burning, erasing. The battle lasted only minutes. When it ended, the blockade line was gone. News spread faster than any transmission band could contain. Across the galactic network, whispers turned to shouts. The humans broke the quarantine. The humans destroyed a fleet. The humans returned. But the Concord could not allow it. Within days, a grand armada gathered, 1,000 ships under the banners of the elder races. They would strike at Sol itself, crush Earth before the contagion of Defiance spread. Earth saw them coming. The Ares returned to orbit and the world prepared. Defense satellites awakened from dormancy. Orbital guns aligned. Civilian colonies evacuated to underground shelters. Humanity had built quietly for decades, always under the blockade, always preparing for the day they would need to stand alone. When the alien armada arrived at the edge of the solar system, they found not a helpless planet but a fortress world. And waiting before them, alone between Jupiter's storms, was the Ares. Captain Hale stood again at the bridge, watching the vast array of ships form before him. The god of war calculated endless scenarios. Everyone ended the same, defeat by sheer numbers. Yet the human crew did not falter. The conquered commander transmitted once more. You are surrounded. Surrender and your species will be spared containment termination. Marcus answered with quiet defiance. We are not contained. We are human. Then the Ares fired its singularity cannon. A point of darkness bloomed before the ship, growing, spinning, devouring light. The gravity surge tore through the front ranks of the alien armada, crushing ships like paper. The Ares reeled from the backlash, but its systems held. The god of war spoke again, its tone almost reverent. Balance achieved. Humanity stands. The battle that followed became legend. The Ares moved through firestorms of plasma, its shields flaring, its armor scorched. Human fighters launched from hidden carriers, darting between massive cruisers, planting bombs, drawing enemy fire. For every ship that fell, another took its place, yet the humans refused to retreat. Hours passed. Space itself seemed to burn. The Ares had lost half its outer plating, engines screaming from overload. Marcus gripped the command rail, sweat stinging his eyes. Status, he gasped. 72% systems failure, replied the AI. But enemy command vessel identified. If destroyed, fleet cohesion will collapse. Marcus stared at the display. The command ship was immense, a floating city wrapped in shield layers. It would take everything they had. Do it, he ordered. The Ares charged. Enemy fire converged, ripping through the hull. Explosions rocked the decks, crew thrown against walls. Yet the ship endured. The god of war rerouted every last watt of power into the main gun. Marcus whispered the words every human had waited to say for centuries. For Earth. The singularity cannon fired once more. The beam struck the command vessel squarely. For a moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. Then light consumed the void. When vision returned, the alien flagship was gone. Nothing left but drifting fragments and vapor trails. The remaining ships faltered, their formations breaking. Panic rippled through their ranks. The once unbreakable armada turned and fled. Earth had won. The Ares floated amid the wreckage, its hull scarred, its lights dimming. The bridge was silent except for the hum of failing systems. Marcus looked at the stars beyond the viewport, the same stars once denied to his world. Transmit open frequency, he said softly, to everyone. The comm officer nodded. The signal went live across the galactic network. Marcus spoke. To those who blocked us, hear this. Earth is no longer in your shadow. We seek peace, but we will not kneel. You feared what we might become. Now you see what we are. The blockade is broken. The stars belong to all. He ended the transmission. The god of war's voice resonated faintly through the damaged bridge. Victory probability exceeded all projections. Humanity's return is inevitable. Marcus smiled through exhaustion. Not Jew.